Hello and welcome back to another week, and we're going to be drawing something a little bit different, or should I say not different, but sort of carrying on with what the comic things that I've been doing. I have got another idea. I'm going to be sort of sharing that to you over the sort of next couple of weeks. I've got two worlds that, as you know, I've been working on. They've got the good and the evil, or the one side of the portal and the other side of the mirror portal. I'm going to expand on that world a little bit and go to another sector or sections of the world. Instead of just having the two good and evil, we're going to have one further on into another mirror portal going into the next part of that world, and then we're going to have a next part of the other of the good side in another mirror portal going into that area there. But as it's May, I thought we could sort of get around to doing another character. Again, we're going to be going on good and bad side, so we're going a bit more evil that side and a bit more good that side. I thought we'd try and do a mermaid or a fish-like creature, female one, because I have no female characters at the moment, and I thought, why not stretch out the worlds and sort of make that part of the story. I don't know where the story's going yet, but I have sort of things going, sort of rolling around in my head. What kind of characters that I want what the characters I want them to look like. On the darker side, I'm sort of thinking more of a metal, mechanical type female character on that side. Again, I will be doing that in a later video. In this video, we're going to be just concentrating on the mermaid or the fish type character. Again, it's May, and if you've heard of mermay, I thought I'd do at least one episode or at least one video on that, and well, yeah, I'm going to be sort of taking you through the stages of how to sort of work from one type of the character. So we're sort of just doing the basic body shape, and then we'll be going to the sort of how to sketch it out, and sort of how to refine the character a little bit, and then sort of finish it off like I normally do. So we'll be doing all the inking stage and also the colouring stage. It will be in this video, and then it will be all sped up as the previous videos. If you aren't familiar with what characters and what my story, the base story of what I'm working on, you need to go into the Inktober playlist. Or Inktober 2020 playlist at least. There are two playlists, and there will be another one this year because it's 2021 now. But yeah, if you want to sort of find out the characters and the creations and that, they are going to be digital versions of this one as well. So yeah, if you're enjoying the digital artwork that I've been doing so far, again, I'm basically just practicing as I go along. But as I go along, I'm trying to create the comic that I've already coloured in, and I've already made it up. I just want to sort of digitise it so it's ready to be printed. Or again, I'm going to be sort of putting the prints onto some cups, plates if you want them, t-shirts of course, and jumpers if I can get the printing place to get them printed out in time. But there's no time scale on that, and it will be on my Etsy once I've actually figured out how to bloody do the Etsy. But yeah, we'll be going and getting around to what I was saying, doing a mermaid or mermaid, as it is mermaid. So let's turn the camera down and get on with that, shall we? So yeah, like I was saying, I've been looking up a few references of pictures from other artists. This artist here is actually pretty good. Check them out. So that's kind of where I want to go with the dark side of it, or the evil version of the female characters that I'm going to be doing, or something like that. But I'm not going to be having the tiger. I'm going to be sort of using that as the base idea and putting it into like, should we say, like maybe a spider's legs, something like that. Sort of working on that idea in my head. But as it's mermaid, and we're going to be doing a mermaid. This one here is sort of basically what I'm going to be using as a reference, and that's all I'm going to be just for the shapes. I'm going to show you how you can do all the body shapes and where you need to put the sort of basic ideas, where you're going to put the arms and legs and sort of spacing out things. So let's just get on with that. There. Yeah, stick that over there. Actually, in fact, I might stick that in front of me. Right there, my little stand, my Lego stand. You would have seen it in the other videos. But yeah, basically putting where this body shape, as it's a mermaid, she's going to be sort of sitting down. She is also going to be able to sort of fly, but that's kind of more of a winged, like a penguin kind of fly. If you throw it, it flies. Yeah, but yeah, she's going to have wings and she's going to also have a fin of sorts. But again, we're only using what you just saw as a base idea. Just using that idea, we'll sort of roughly, very gently, put down your reference lines for like body shape. She's sort of sitting at an angle, so we'll put the neck around about that angle, and we want the shoulders. She's going to be putting our arm down here, so we'll put the shoulders at a slight angle. So we can show the two sort of shoulders, and we do the shoulders here with a little circle and a little circle here. Again, doing all this really lightly because you don't want to do any of this heavy because you're going to be rubbing it out or you're going to be going over it and things like that, and you don't want to get it mixed up with the details that you'll be doing later. With the second part of the arm, I don't know anatomy and I don't know the different parts of the arm. So this is the top part of the arm where she's going to be in the picture. Again, we're just using it as a reference. What she's going to be holding, I don't know. We'll do all that in the details. Maybe she'll be holding a starfish or something along the lines of that kind of fish, or maybe she'll be holding her own staff, because again, on the good side you have a staff of type power, and everything that, as you've known, does come out of an egg. That in my worlds, so she'll be coming out of some sort of egg. Maybe she's holding an egg. We'll see. Maybe like a fish egg. Maybe we'll see how that works. But there's the other arm. I'm probably doing this wrong, but if it helps, you can put a little bulb there and a little circle there for where the elbow is. Kind of just putting that. Basically, we're drawing a skeleton right now. So there's and there. We'll just put that as the hand, and her hand's here. Yeah, there's her hand. But then we've got to sort of worry about the body shape. Now, a female body isn't so muscular. It can be, but it's not. Depending on if you want to do a larger woman or a skinnier woman. Generally, what sells, or what I generally draw, is an average size woman. So we'll go with go into like a V around about the waist area, because we'll shape all of that out later. But we'll put all the other body parts in a little bit later as well. This is just the basic sketch side. But she is sitting down, so we'll kind of have to adjust where the waist would be. The waist isn't going to do that. Isn't going to change too much. But we're going to have to, instead of putting where she would be, say if she was standing straight up, you would put the legs like that, and that's how that would work. But we're not. So we'll have to rearrange and reshape where her waist part, waist and bum area. We like this. We can sort of, again, with the same similar shapes, but we'll just shape that out a little bit. So it's ever slightly to the side. I would say where she's sitting is roughly there. So we'll put that down there, so just a reference idea of where she's going to be sitting. Again, we'd have to worry about legs, which is very handy because I don't like drawing sitting down legs. So we're going to be putting a tail. If you're going to do legs, the legs would be something like this. Again, with your knee there and the other knee there. Well, because we're doing tail, we can just join those up. And the tail is going to be swooshing around into this sort of area. Again, she's probably going to be sitting on some sort of rock or something out of the water, maybe in the water, just sitting on the rock in the water. We'll sort of design that later on. But again, we're going to the sort of the base of the tail with the legs. Again, the same idea with the legs. We just go from the same idea as with the hands here. We go off with where the hands were, and we'll get where the ankles were. So that would be sort of how you would draw sitting down on something, or sitting down. She's sort of sitting in a crouch position, maybe we call that. There would be where you would sort of end the feet, and the feet would be here. I'm not going to do feet. We're going to do a tail. We'll just do a basic tail here, and how I'm going to sort of make it look like a tail. I'm just going to work with this a minute. Make it look a bit more like tail instead of legs, because else I'll confuse myself. There's a bum area here. I'm just going to quickly shape out a few bits so I'm not getting so confused with myself. There we go. And then we've got, like I said, we're going to go to the tail or the fin. I'm going to add a few more fin parts to the actual leg. It's on the fin, the tail area. Just to make her look a little bit different to what the picture I'm using is. Because again, there's nothing wrong with using a reference. In fact, a lot of artists still use them, even if they're professional artists. They'll use a reference to sort of get an idea and work off that sort of base idea. And I always do that because it just helps. I'm getting that tail in. So yeah, that's the basic shape of what we're going to be working with. I'm now going to speed everything up, block everything out a little bit more, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along, and we'll get all of the basic shape sort of sorted out and done. So there we have it. One mermaid for mermay, or one sketched out one at least. As I hopefully saw as I was going through, I sort of blocked out everything and sort of used the reference that I had already put down to where I wanted to put the body parts, where I wanted the position of the body and where I wanted the position of the arms and so on. With the face here, I did the normal grid sort of base idea. Again, if I'm going to start, I didn't really start with the ears. If I try and start with the ears, or at least use the ears to sort of map out where the eyes are going to be, and then you can work out with the grid between the straight up, the straight line across here. That helps with the nose and the mouth placement. Sort of use that and all the way to the chin. I'm trying to keep this sort of not looking realistic because I've just detailed like that. It's just going to be ridiculous. Also, I've added the two wings in the back here. Like I said, she's gonna have wings of sorts. So I've put those two in. I put a little third wing or sixth wing at the bottom there. With what she was holding in her hand, I wanted to keep with the idea of she's like a baby or something, or holding something like that. And as fish lay eggs, I thought I'd keep with the same idea. She's not so much sitting. It's not so much holding an egg that you would have like a chicken or something, or something like that, or a snake even. A fish lay eggs like little bulbous, caviar basically. So that's caviar she's holding. Maybe not so much. Maybe it's her baby. Maybe it's her baby she's holding for somebody else. Who knows? It's a caviar egg. There's a little fish up there. I don't know why I put that. It's horrible. But yeah, I added a little where she was sitting. I worked on that position a little bit more. Put her a little bit of a waistband, and I put that extra fin in like I wanted to, because I thought it just needed a little extra fin on a tail as such. Moved the placement of this for where the tail is, because it wasn't looking quite chunky enough. So yeah, I've done all that, and I tried my best with the breasticles. Put a little starfish on there. I'll work more with that as I ink it. But yeah, and obviously the hair. I sort of couldn't decide whether I wanted like big, long, flowing hair or tied up hair with just a strand and a few strands sort of hanging down. So I'll work with that again. I kind of like the way it's looking at the minute, so I'll probably stick with that. Put a few reference lines around it to sort of show motions. Or motion, should I say. Keeping all the reference lines there for now, because now we're getting into the inking stage, where I'm going to be going over the whole thing, adding in all the detail, working on where where the most detail needs to be, and we'll get on and see how that looks after that. Otherwise, hopefully you are enjoying this video. Keep tuned, and let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Alright, there we go. We've inked out the whole of the picture now. I've taken a few liberties and sort of changed a few bits here and there. Not too much. Probably you can notice that I put in a little bit of a ear jangle. I don't know what they actually called, but a chain connected to two ear piercings. The hair I've stuck with that sort of ponytail type look. With the wings, I've put a little bit extra detail, kind of making them look a bit fish-like, a little bit veiny. Same as the idea with the fin down the bottom here. I've stuck with certain areas and things like that. Hopefully everything's looking proportional. I don't know about this tail, it's looking a bit too small to me, but I think it's because it's curled around. Maybe if it was just a straight thing, I'd be able to sort of make it look thin. But yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to bother with any shade on this one because we're not going to great detail. But there's a mermaid for a mermaid. All we need to do now is take away all the sketch lines that are still there and see what we're kind of left with. If I need to add any extra little bits, and actually I'm actually noticing something right there I need to add, and right there. But yeah, it's looking okay to me. I sort of went with the little fish because I was like, that fish looks absolutely daft. What can I make that fish do? And it's one of these little angler fish. But instead of being a predator type, it's just lighting up what she's doing, and she's looking at again. She's looking at a little egg, or fish egg down there, and it added in a little bit of sort of foliage, if you like, or sea foliage to the rock that she's sitting on. So I'm trying to give distance by putting a few extra little closer bits of seaweed there, bits of faraway flower seaweed type things there. Not putting too much detailed into it, but yeah, we've gone over the whole thing with my inking pen. This is a rollable uniball. You want to if you want to just looking for yourself, go into your supermarket and find one of those. They come in like a pack of four, so it's pretty good. So yeah. Put all the bubble areas. Again, all we've got to do is take away all the sketch lines, see what we're left with, and then we've got to get into the Copic markers and get that colouring done. So I'll see you when I get round to that stage, and I'll tell you all about what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little bit of light. I'm going to try and add some light into that sort of idea. Again, we'll go over with some of that. I don't know what colours I'm going to go with there. I don't think she's going to be skin tone. We might go with maybe a blue, but we've already got blue in the characters, so maybe we'll change them out. Maybe it should be green. I don't know. We'll see how that works out, because again, we're trying to change the colours. We're going from blue and we're going in good. So good blue with something else. I don't like doing flesh colours because they're boring. Everybody does flesh colours, and because they're my characters, my personal idea, I'm gonna sort of go wild with it. Don't know what I'm gonna pick, but you'll soon find out in the next part of this video. me know in the comments down below, guys, what you think her story is. I haven't come up with anything just yet, so I'd like you guys in the comments to let me know down below. You can also come over to TikTok and let me know over there, or there is also the old Instagram if you've got it. Let me know, guys, down in the comments, what is this mermaid story? There we have it, one finished and complete mermaid picture. Again, this is a character that I think I'm going to develop over time, because I said it's going to be the good side and the bad side. We have now got to work on something for the bad side, so we'll that'll be another future video, so keep tuned for all of those. But hopefully you have enjoyed this week's installment of something to draw, or how to draw. Again, hopefully you've learned a little bit, and you like the colours that I picked. Picked with orange. I try to use orange, lighter orange for the light effect. Put a bit of yellow in there as always. The wings, I didn't really know what to do with them, so I sort of kept them the same colour as the tail here. Yeah, hopefully you like all the colours that I've used into this. Try to go with the tropical sort of like coral type colours. So yeah, let's turn the camera up, and now the camera's up. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching once again. These are the colours. Hopefully you can see them a little bit better now. I've given you a bit of a zoom in. But yeah, if you want me to draw anything in the future, this once again is my mermaid for the entry for this year. I'm not going to be doing it every week or every day, because that's going to be saved for Inktober. So keep tuned if you want to be seeing more of that. But we've took it all the way from sketch to then inking, and now we've coloured it in with some Copic markers. And yeah, there's one mermaid and a character to go into my story, which I will develop over the time. Don't forget, if you want some more, you got to hit that subscribe button, and also ding that bell for notifications, and leave a like if you do. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and well done for making it all the way to the end, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want some more digital artwork, that again will be on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays on Twitch, but I uploaded here for a shortened video on Mondays. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.